First, News Channel 2.
This morning on Weekend Today to the west of us.
Watching News Channel 2 Weekend Today with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. It's January 14th. A lot to get to, but meteorologist Jill Reel is over in the Weather Center tracking that snow that is moving through our region, and also probably has something to say about what's happening to the west of us as well. So let's check in with meteorologist Jill Reel.
You would just want me to get in trouble right away, don't you? Yes, we are going to be tracking some snow squalls that are going to move into the region. This is associated with another cold front. And This is the cold front that's really going to bring us some chilly air and lake effect snow for today and tonight. But right now, on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, you can see that line of snow. Again, it's a quick moving line, a burst of snow that's going to move through central New York as we go throughout this morning. So as this line progresses to the east, do expect, again, windy conditions and a brief burst of snow, which could create whiteout conditions, but maybe a half an inch to an inch of snowfall from this line of snow. As we zoom out, you can see, yes, as Katrina was talking about, Buffalo still getting crushed with that lake effect snow. They will continue to see that snow throughout the day, so I do think they made the right call in moving that game. And then as we take a look at the area, where's the snow? It's up north. So you want to head up to Old Forge, Whiteface, Osceola, Redfield. They're going to continue to see snow today. For the rest of us, snow squalls this morning, quiet conditions as we head it towards this afternoon. We'll have a sneak peek at that work week forecast coming up. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Jill. And Governor Kathy Hochul calling the storm out to the west of us the most dangerous winter storm conditions since the Christmas blizzard of 2022. Travel ban still in place this morning. Hochul called a state of emergency for multiple counties, urging people to stay home. The governor warned travel will be impossible and dangerous at times. The storm is particularly strong in parts of western New York, and for that travel ban has been in place in areas like Buffalo and Watertown, and there is an update this morning.
While Mother Nature is wildly unpredictable, even using the best technology, I can tell you this: the location of the wind bands is changing literally by the hour. But our forecasts right now are predicting that the storm will be at its fiercest in the South Towns and in South Buffalo Sunday in the afternoon.
And a reminder, after consulting with state officials, the NFL postponed the Bills-Steelers playoff game to 4:30 Monday afternoon. Taking a look at headlines around America, blizzard-like conditions hitting the upper Midwest and Great Lakes region this weekend. Iowa saw up to 10 inches of snow and wind chills as low as 20 below. Authorities urged people to stay off the roads due to dangerous conditions there. Parts of Wisconsin saw more than a foot of snow. More than 100,000 people lost power. Temperatures there are predicted to stay under 10 degrees. And a fishing vessel with 4 people on board ran aground in Maine as this powerful storm hit that region. A mayday call went out at midnight. The Cape Elizabeth Fire Department was able to rescue all 4 on board, thankfully. That 50-foot-long boat. People who live in the area say they have never seen waves like this before. A scary situation here on Hinkley Lake, and a warning about thin ice after 2 people and a dog saw the ice break underneath them. One of the victims made it out of the water before the rescue teams got there Saturday morning, but the other person and the dog were rescued by Newport's ice rescue team. In their cold water suits, the teams used their rescue craft, and thanks to teamwork in several fire agencies, everyone is okay. Barneveld fire reps say each agency played a key role in the rescue. The Red Cross is providing emergency aid.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. Eric is not in today. You're stuck with me. But we are starting off this morning with a little bit of sunshine showing up on our Nexus camera as we are taking a look to the east. Some filtered sunshine, but that is going to decrease as I am tracking some snow squalls that are going to move into the region as we head throughout the morning hours and early afternoon. Temperature-wise, not too bad, but this temperature is what we're going to see as we go throughout the morning into the afternoon, because once that cold front makes its way into the area, those temperatures are going to drop. So we're going to see temperatures dropping into the 20s and teens as we go throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. And you can see that drop as we go throughout the morning, staying in the 30s, but as we head towards this afternoon, and especially by this evening, temperatures will be in the 20s, make it into the teens as we head into tonight. So windy conditions, one more day of windy conditions, and then that wind will begin to subside as we head towards Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. So this Arctic front is bringing us some snow squalls across the region. You can see the bursts of snow across western New York as well as down towards Pennsylvania, even some snow squall warnings in Pennsylvania for this morning. This snow is going to push to the east on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. So as we go throughout the morning hours, do expect a quick burst of snow, and with that, some windy conditions, which could lead to some whiteouts on any open roadways. It's not going to last. Snow squalls usually last less than an hour, and that snow will continue to push to the east as we go throughout the afternoon. So on our Skycast, I'm going to stop the clock at noon. You see those snow squalls from Cooper Sound, Little Falls, just exiting the Utica area. Those will continue to push to the east. Behind it, you called it lake effect snow. So if you live south of Boonville, you're going to see sunshine as we go throughout the afternoon. Just north of Boonville, that's where the heavy lake effect snow is going to fall, primarily in Lewis and northern Herkimer counties. That will continue throughout the afternoon, evening, and into tonight. But for the rest of central New York, we're actually going to see partly to mostly clear skies for tonight. That lake effect snow will move out of the area as we head into tomorrow. And tomorrow, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, but it's going to be on the cool side with temperatures only in the low 20s as we head towards Monday afternoon and into Monday evening. So if you're looking for snow, you got to head north up across the Tug Hill. They can see 1 to 2 feet. For the rest of central New York, a trace to 2 inches of snow. 2 to 6 inches for Boonville as you head north of Rome. Old Forge, about 6 to 12 inches of that lake effect snow later today. So again, snow squalls this morning. Sunshine returns this afternoon with the exception of the Tug Hill. As we head into tonight, lake effect snow will continue across the North Country. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast, tomorrow quiet, but look at those temperatures. It's going to be chilly as we go throughout the week. Some light snow expected for Tuesday. And then we can see more lake effect snow and real cold temperatures as we head towards next week. Were you just studying for this question?
No, I love D. Do you get partial credit for D?
No.
IDK.
So my
Perfect.
students at New Hartford, I told them to watch this morning, so they should be studying for the Regents exam. So what was your answer, do you think?
D, IDK.
It is.
Okay.
As dew point and air temperature get closer together.
The chances of rain
will
increase.
Yes. Because
Yes,
the dew
because
point
it's-
is the temperature of saturation. So
Right,
that-
so it's filling.
Yes, okay, sure.
That is what I thought. Kids, like, that is what you think when you go to take that test.
Listen
Moving
to
up.
me, not Katrina, please.
Thank you very much for that question. I love it. And moving right along as we continue this winter weather here from coast to coast, the U.S. is seeing winter weather alerts with record cold temperatures. Rick DeMiguela has more on that.
Old Man Winter is roaring its frosty head across the United States. 35 states face weather advisories or warnings from storm systems stretching from California to Maine. Back-to-back winter storms are bringing life-threatening wind chills and heavy snow across the Midwest.
Buying some salt for my driveway so it doesn't get too icy. Got shovels and gloves and boots, and yeah, I'm ready for it.
More than 240 daily cold temperature records could be tied or broken across the U.S. through Tuesday. The weather is also wreaking havoc on the NFL playoffs. New York Governor Kathy Hochul announced that Sunday's Bills-Steelers game in Buffalo has been postponed.
The NFL has agreed with our assessment that we need to postpone tomorrow's playoff game until 4:30 p.m. Monday afternoon.
And with just days to go to the Iowa Republican caucus, candidates are urging supporters to brave the weather conditions and support them.
I'm a Florida boy, born and bred, and yet here I am in negative temperatures. I am not going to be canceling. If people are willing to come out and hear from me, I'm going to show up all the way until the end of this caucus.
It's going to be -15, but I'm going to be out there, and I want you to go out there. Monday matters. Your voice matters.
Monday's Iowa caucus will be the coldest on record as the 2024 presidential election season begins. I'm Rick Damigella reporting.
Welcome back and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend Today. I'm Katrina Smith, tracking some snow in our region. We're going to head right over to the Weather Center with meteorologist Jill Reel.
Yeah, we are tracking that line of snow squalls. We just got an alert for a snow squall warning for parts of Madison County.
Okay.
And that line is pushing to the east, so it's going to make its way into central New York. So if you can stay home in the next hour or two, I highly recommend staying home.
Just
wait
for a
till
little
it
bit.
passes,
Yep.
and then you can go back out. A live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. So you see those purple squares? That is the snow squall warning. And what that means is kind of like a thunderstorm warning. We're expecting high winds and a burst of heavy snow, and that could lead to whiteout conditions. Again, right now it's just confined to the northern part of Madison County, but I do believe that these warnings will make their way into Oneida County over the next hour or so. So again, if you could stay home until about 11:30, I highly recommend doing so, as these snow showers will continue to push in from the west. And then on top of that, of course, the big story, Buffalo. They're still dealing with that heavy lake effect snow for this morning into the afternoon. So snow is going to continue across the region as we go throughout the morning hours. Temperatures are going to drop as we head towards this afternoon with windy conditions, but quiet weather to start the work week. We'll look at that work week forecast coming up. Katrina?
Thank you, Jill. Today marks 100 days since Hamas launched its
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
And we are starting this morning with cloudy conditions, but some snow squalls are knocking on our doorstep as we take a live look at the Nexus camera downtown Utica. Again, we did start off this morning with lots of sunshine, but now clouds have moved into the area, and with that cloud cover, we're also going to be expecting an Arctic front. Now, that Arctic front is going to bring us some snow squalls across the region and a drop in temperature. Right now, we're sitting at 29 degrees at Griffiths Park. That is pretty much going to be our high temperature for today. The wind is going to shift into more of a westerly, northwesterly direction as we go throughout the afternoon, dragging that cold air back into the region, especially for the second half of today. So our temperature right now in the low 30s, upper 20s. Notice that drop into the low 20s as we head towards the afternoon and evening hours. But our focus is on this line of snow, which we call a snow squall, that is associated with cold fronts. I put a timeline on when that snow squall will be approaching central New York. Again, will be in Oneida pretty much right now, then heading to Rome right before 10 o'clock, and then making its way towards Westmoreland. Looks to be in the Utica area by 10:30, so if you can, I would stay home between now and about 11:30 as the snow squall moves into the area. Remember, a snow squall is a brief burst of snow and windy conditions, which could create whiteout conditions on the roadways and some tricky travel. We're only expecting about a half an inch to an inch of snow with the snow squall. Again, this is continuing to push to the east as we go throughout the morning hours. So if you live in like Little Falls, St. Johnsville, do expect those snow squalls to move in closer to the noon hour and then making its way towards Albany. Behind it, lake effect snow is going to begin to develop across the region. So you see that snow squall making its way towards Little Falls, Cooperstown, and Oneonta by noon. And then during the afternoon hours, lake effect snow is setting up across the Tug Hill. So this is going to be mostly north of Boonville. So as you head into Lewis County, northern Herkimer County, that's where the heaviest snow will continue to fall this afternoon into tonight. By tomorrow morning, though, drier air begins to move on in. We're expecting quiet weather with plenty of sunshine, but cold, with highs only in the 20s as we go throughout Monday afternoon and Monday evening. So again, with that snow squall, we're expecting about a trace up to 2 inches of snow. And then we shift gears and focus on lake effect snow, especially the Tug Hill into Lewis, Oswego, and into parts of southern Jefferson County. That's where the heaviest snow will fall. Maybe 2 to 6 inches of snow for Boonville. The further north you go, the more in the way of some snow. So again, our high temperature right now, those temperatures are going to drop as we go throughout the afternoon. As we head into tonight, lake effect snow will continue north. Temperatures are going to drop back into the single digits up across the North Country. Cold this week, but quiet for tomorrow. Partly sunny skies, then some light snow possible for Tuesday. So Katrina's been hemming and hawing over this question. Which two factors determine the hours of daylight?
Oh, maybe, I think it's got to be the season is one of them. And then
Okay.
I was going back and forth between latitude and longitude. I think it's latitude.
You are correct.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
goodness.
think about it.
Yes.
The first day of summer, which is the summer solstice, the North Pole gets 24 hours of daylight.
Yeah, I always think about the world on its tilted
So
axis,
what-
right?
Do you know what the
It's
degrees?
called?
No, the degrees.
No, now you're going a little bit too far. But
My
like,
students should know that.
you can-
23.5.
23.5, you can picture it all, and then you can ace the earth science exam.
2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Yepper, kiddos, listen up. Thanks, Jill. We're following a developing story out of Iceland now. Residents of this town are once again being told to leave their homes amid a threat of a volcanic eruption. These are pictures of the volcano erupting near the town of Grindavik in Iceland. It's 43 miles southwest of Iceland's capital of Reykjavik. People living in Grindavik are being told to get out by Monday night after more volcanic fissures opened on roads in the area. Officials first evacuated this town back in November. That followed weeks of seismic activity, which culminated in a dramatic eruption that expelled bursts of lava and sent high plumes of smoke into the sky. We're back right after this.
Watching News Channel 2 Weekend with Ben Kinney.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Here's what's making news tonight in your neighborhood. Some portions of our viewing area will have to spend the holiday digging out as heavy lake effect snow continues all around the state in western parts as well as the North Country. A travel ban is in effect for Lewis County until further notice. Let's get the latest over at the Weather Center with meteorologist Jill Reel. And as you're going to see in just a moment, the video I shot from Frankfurt today, the snow squalls down here were unbelievable.
Yeah, just as fast as they came,
Yeah.
they were gone.
Yeah.
So we did see that burst of snow, but for those who are traveling around central New York this evening, the weather is okay, which is some very good news.
Perfect.
Let's take a live look at the Nexus Center. Again, for this evening, outside of Lewis County, things are looking quiet. It is breezy and it's cold, but we are not dealing with snow squalls across the region. There are two areas of concern in New York State. First off, of course, is up in Lewis County, northern Herkimer County, Jefferson and Oswego County, and of course all eyes are on Buffalo. They're still dealing with that heavy lake effect snow for this evening. So for the Utica area, again, this lake effect snow is impacting areas like Old Forge as well as Lowville, Turin, and then you head up towards Watertown. So this is north of Boonville, so primarily Lewis County, northern Herkimer County, northern Oswego, and Jefferson County, and this is where the lake effect snow band is going to stay for tonight. And look at Old Forge. They are seeing plenty of snow throughout the day today, and that is some good news for those snow lovers up there. So for tonight, outside the snow, it's going to be cold. We're talking about quiet conditions in central New York with temperatures dropping back, perhaps in the single digits in some locations, and that cold is going to stay. Look at those temperatures coming up. Ben?
Jill, thank you very much. This is what it looked like in Frankfurt when those snow squalls hit. I took this just after 11 o'clock this morning as those squalls were coming through. High winds and heavy snow created near zero visibility all around the area. That storm is continuing to lash areas of western New York this evening. The weather created whiteout conditions in Buffalo today. Governor Kathy Hochul already had canceled the Bills-Steelers game that was set to take place in the city, postponing it until tomorrow. Governor Hochul also announced a full travel ban for most of Erie County and warned residents to prepare for possible power outages. The Red Cross is providing emergency aid to 6 people after flooding damaged their home on Cedarbrook Crescent in Whitesboro. 2 adults and 4 children aged 5, 9, 12, and 14 are being helped with shelter, food, and clothing. Red Cross volunteers are available to help those affected by flooding. 3 teens are...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
And we are continuing to see some cool temperatures across central New York for this evening. On top of that, we're also dealing with that wind. Let's take a look at some current wind speeds across the area. We're at 21 miles per hour in Rome, 24 miles per hour in Watertown, 21 miles per hour in Rochester and Buffalo. Now this is the sustained winds. Then you factor in those wind gusts. We have a 30 mile per hour wind gust in Rome, 37 miles per hour in Syracuse. Look at Watertown. 47 miles per hour. That plus lake effect snow is causing whiteout conditions in the Watertown area as well as back towards Buffalo. The one positive, these wind speeds are going to diminish as we head into tomorrow. What's also going to diminish? The lake effect snow, but I am still tracking that lake effect snow up across the North Country, primarily in Lewis County, northern Herkimer County, Jefferson, and Oswego County. But you'll notice quiet conditions for the Utica-Rome area, down towards Cooperstown and Oneonta. We are not expecting any more snow locally as that lake effect snow band is going to stay to the north. So areas being impacted right now include Turin as well as Lowville. Now the band has just shifted north of Old Forge, so was setting up shop in Old Forge, but now we're getting a shift in that wind direction. So now it's north of Old Forge, heading into extreme northern Herkimer County, and again impacting Watertown as well in Jefferson County. As we zoom out, you can see our lake effect snow band across New York. Quiet conditions for the Utica-Rome area, and then you have that lake effect snow back towards Buffalo that is continuing to impact that Buffalo area. And I zoomed in to, yep, Orchard Park. This is why they're not having that Buffalo Bills game, or they did not have that Buffalo Bills game earlier today because of that travel ban. Now this band is shifting north, so the weather is going to improve for the Buffalo region as we head into tomorrow. Now for local weather, we are talking about quiet weather for the Mohawk Valley and the southern valleys for tonight. That band is going to stay to the north. Look at these temperatures as we head into tomorrow morning. It's going to be cold. Single digits up across the North Country. By tomorrow at 7 a.m., 5 degrees in Old Forge, 7 in Boonville, 11 in Utica, 8 in Cooperstown. The one positive, we're going to see lots of sunshine as we go throughout the day. A little bit of extra cloud cover as we head towards Monday afternoon with highs only in the 20s. Another cold night for Monday night. Now by Tuesday, clouds are going to move in and we are going to see some light snow move into the region as we head towards Tuesday morning. Tapering off Tuesday afternoon, not expecting much in the way of snowfall as we go throughout the day on Tuesday, with quiet weather returning for Tuesday night. So again, tonight, lake effect snow is going to stay north across the Tug Hill. Elsewhere, it's going to be cold. Temperatures will be in the single digits to low teens. Tomorrow, sunshine returns, but it's going to be chilly. Highs only near 20 degrees as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast, we're going to see cold weather as we head throughout the week with highs only in the teens as we head towards next weekend with a few chances of some snow. More news and sports coming up.
At the Cabby Tower Cam overlooking beautiful downtown Utica. The full forecast with meteorologist Joe Reel is coming up next. You're watching News Channel 2 Weekend, your only place for local news on the weekends.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Jill Reel.
Cold temperatures are moving into the region for tonight and pretty much going to last throughout the week. But at least the weather is relatively quiet across central New York. Let's take a live look at our CAV Tower Cam looking towards downtown Utica. You may notice that Tower Cam shaking a little bit as we are dealing with breezy conditions for this evening. But it is dry across central New York. A different story up north. We are still tracking that lake effect snow across the North Country, primarily Lewis, Jefferson, and Oswego counties north of Old Forge. That lake effect snow will be ending as we head into tomorrow. And then we're tracking those cold temperatures, probably the coldest stretch of weather we've seen so far this winter. I know we've been dealing with a mild winter, so we're talking about temperatures in the teens and 20s throughout the week. And then some light snow is possible as we head towards Tuesday. So let's track those wind gusts. Again, those wind gusts have been between 30 and 40 miles per hour throughout the day. But as we head into tonight, and especially tomorrow morning, we will still have those wind gusts, but they won't be as strong. So by 10 o'clock Monday morning, we have a wind gust of 15 miles per hour in Utica, 18 miles per hour in Old Forge, 17 miles per hour in Fultonville. Again, those winds will slowly begin to subside as we head towards tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening, which is some good news. Now that lake effect snow is still staying to the north across the region as well as to our west. We've been keeping an eye on that lake effect snow up across the Tug Hill as well as western New York. The good news, drier air is going to begin to move on in, so that lake effect snow is going to diminish as we head into the overnight and into tomorrow morning. So tonight, again, the lake effect snow band will be primarily across Lewis, north of Old Forge and Herkimer County, and as you head into Jefferson County. For the Utica area, point south, we're actually going to see some clearing skies as we head into tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, the big story, the cold temperatures. You'll notice that band has lifted well to the north, so we're just waking up with some sunshine, but single digits. May need that car starter tomorrow morning. 5 degrees in Old Forge, 8 in Cooperstown, 9 in Oneonta at 7 a.m. As we go throughout the day, we are going to see that sunshine. It's not going to help temperatures warm up a bit. By 2 p.m., we're only at 22 degrees in Utica, Old Forge. Maybe you're going skiing tomorrow. Bundle up. 13 for a high in Old Forge, 17 in Boonville, 20 in Cooperstown. Now, as we head towards Monday night and into Tuesday morning, clouds are going to begin to move in with our next system that's going to make its way into central New York. Now, as we head towards Tuesday, we'll notice some snow beginning to show up. This has to do with a low pressure system off the coast of New York City. It's not a strong low pressure, nothing like we saw over the past couple of weeks, but it will bring us some light snow as we head throughout Tuesday morning and into Tuesday afternoon. It will be out of here as we head towards Tuesday evening. So not expecting much in the way of snow, but do expect light snow for Tuesday. So for tonight, lake effect snow will stay up north. Otherwise, it's going to be cold. For tomorrow, lots of sunshine. We'll stay in the low 20s. And taking a look at the rest of your forecast, as we head towards Tuesday, again, very light snow across the region. Temperatures will stay in the 20s throughout the week, with a few light lake effect snow showers for Thursday and Friday. Even colder weather as we head towards the weekend.